So hello ma'am, here's my video for this laboratory exercise. So from the LMS, I'm not entirely sure about what you are requiring of us in our videos since there wasn't anything specific mentioned in the activity guide. So I'm just going to assume that you're requiring us to show a video to make sure that we did this add images roller activity, and then we're just going to perform the unit tests inside this activity guide. So firstly, I'm going to show that I created the add images to the roller app. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run, and as you can see it's building, and then I'm just going to wait for a while, and then it runs. So over here, here's the output. Going to press the roll. Okay, as can be seen here, it's working. The app is working. So I'm going to stop that now. And then the next thing I'm going to demonstrate is I'm going to do these unit tests as instructed here in the activity guide. So over here, I'm going to try this out. It's already pre-made as a test. So what happens if I run this is that it's going to be a passed test. So here, the test passed. So then here it says here that I should try out if what happens if the value is wrong. So as you can see, the tasks didn't pass, it failed, since 2 plus 3 is not 4. Since assert equals checks if the value here is 4. And then going back to the activity guide, says here that I should write my first unit tests. So it says here that I should create a function named generates number. And then I should test if my object is working. Just write this instruction for the to as a small part of the test. So I'm going to write this dice variable dice has 6 sides. Then I'm just going to skip over to this last part here, saying that I should write the test just like that. So I'm just going to try and explain what happens in this test. So first, I'm going to create a variable to instantiate a dice from the class, and then I'm going to create another variable to store the result of the dice roll. And then after that, I'm going to use the assert true to check if the result returns something that is true. So here I'm going to write what the test will output if the value is not true. So it says here I should write the value of the roll of result roll of the roll result was not between 1 and 6. And then for the second parameter, I want to know if the roll result value is somewhere in the range of 1 to 6. And then I'm going to run this. As you can see here, the test passed since the class here will return, the method in this class will return a value from 1 to the number of sides as inputted in the parameter. In this case, we put 6 sides, and it's within the range of 1 to 6. So for extra practice in here, without changing for extra practice, modify the dice to be 4 or 5 sided without changing the assertion to see the test fail. So I'm going to check if it still works if there's other sides. As you can see, it works. 4, I try 5, and I'm going to test. It works. So it only fails if, let's say, I written a task where I just want the dice to have a value of 1, and when the 6-sided die results to other values, say, what? Wait. Now it fails because it's probably that the random generator didn't return a value of 1. And test again. Still fails. But if I put it here 1, the task will pass. So that would be all for this laboratory. I'm just going to assume you require us that we will demonstrate simple unit tests based on the activity guide that you have sent.